Hey everybody, Kelsey Van Ymeren here from the Norwich Midget Reps. Just want to say I hope everybody's doing well, everybody's healthy, everybody's at home safe right now with their families, and everything's okay your way. For the Midget Rep team, we had number 19, Caleb Van Kerbrook. We had number 22, Jamie Van Zettelhoff. Number 24, Tyson Warboys. Number 25, Travis Vermeersch. Number 27, Aiden Simpson. Number 28, Gavin Leonard. Number 29, Blake Van Fleet. Number 44, Carson Diamond. Number 52, Luke Schulten. Number 65, Cooper Van Willigen. Number 68, Colin Rongitz. Number 74, Todd Grattan. Number 89, Lane Van Bokel. Number 93, Ethan Butler. For goaltending, we had number 1, Owen Silverthorne, and number 30, Isaac Orth. Special shout out to the APs that helped us along this year. So we had Shane Van Zettelhoff, we had Mason Gear, and we had Holden Durham. They were a big part of the team this year and really helped us out when we got in pinches. For coaching staff, myself, I was the head coach. We had Taylor Van Ymeren as an assistant coach. Did a really good job this year. It was his first year behind the bench. Did an awesome job handling the defense. He has a background in video, so it was really nice to have that hands-on, that technology for him shooting games and stuff like that, and really have his input there. We had our trainer, John Schnook. So can't say enough about John. He's there for the kids whenever they need him. Kids will actually text him for the game or before practice and say, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you help me out with this? And John's always there. He's definitely 1 in a million to have, and it was really nice to have him behind the bench. We had our manager, Gord Reeves. Gord, he also, again, 1 in a million. Keeps stats for us. He helped out on the ice with the goalies. He was always the guy who I would come to after a period or after a game or in between floods and stuff like that, get his input on the game. It was very nice to have a second set of eyes like that. And he's helping me out for a while, and I really appreciate that. We also had Steve Rongitz, so he was our manager, kind of our team liaison, whatnot, so it really helped me out. Takes a load off my back. I got enough to worry about with all these kids, so it was nice having that. So as for the season, we had a pretty, I would say, not the way we planned season. We started it off with a tournament in September. So at the end of September, we actually went up to Huntsville. We competed in a tournament there that was a midget. It was a major midget double B tournament. So we knew it was going to be a competitive tournament going up there. We ended up playing fairly well. We came away with a win and 2 losses, and the losses were by a goal or 2. So it was really nice to get up there early before the season started and have that team bonding. And we stayed at a beautiful resort too, which was pretty sweet to start off the season. To actually start the year, we came off with a couple wins. Mid-October, we went to a tournament in Tillsonburg, which I think everybody would like to forget. I myself personally would like to forget. We did not play well. We were riddled with some injuries, and we lost our captain, Ethan Butler, with a broken wrist in the process. So from then on, we kind of struggled to have a full bench. We were fighting off injuries and whatnot. So then we ended up going to Wingham Silverstick in mid-November. We started off the tournament, we lost the first game, which was kind of a back and forth. But then after that, the next weekend, we rounded off 2 wins, made it to the finals, or to the semifinals, sorry. And unfortunately, we did not win in the semifinals. We lost by a goal in the last 5 minutes to Flesherton, who eventually went on and won the finals fairly easily. So after that, it was kind of back and forth with the season. It didn't really end up the way we wanted it to, but we kind of had our mind set on playoffs as soon as Christmas time hit. we entered in a last-minute tournament. We went to the Groundhog Tournament in South Kent, where we had the full team back for the first time, I think, since maybe October, which was pretty nice to have. So it was a good warm-up for playoffs. We went there. We ended up going 2-1. Played some really good hockey. Played some really good teams. But unfortunately, due to a goal differential or a point differential, we did not make it on to the Sunday's final. So all in all, season was less than spectacular, but we made it through. We kind of had a tough go. We had a tough schedule, and we were fighting injuries in a short bench kind of the whole way through. Once playoffs hit, we started to get our stride. I think that tournament was a big turning point. We started to click there. So we had Langton in the first round. We ended up outscoring them 32-3 in the series to complete the 3-game sweep. So we were putting up some points there, which was good. And then after that, we got Dresden. So Dresden was a strong team. Kind of shell-shocked us a little bit once we got to them. We ended up dropping the first game 4-2. It was kind of back and forth, very physical series. And then we dropped the first game 4-2, and then we were playing the second game, which also didn't look very good. We were up there, we were down 2-0 going into the third. Came out after the flood, and the boys rallied. So we scored an early goal. We tied it up with about 5 minutes left, and then we actually ended up scoring with around 10 seconds left to win that game. And from then on, we didn't look back. We won the next game 3-2, and the next game 6-1 to win that series. And then we got Drayton in the semifinals. So Drayton was also a good team. First game was a bit of a shootout. We played into overtime the first game, so we won 7-6 in overtime the first game. We won 3-2 the second game, and we won 8-1 the third game. So we ended up sweeping the semifinals as well. So just as we had finally finalized our schedule for the finals, this cancellation came down from Hockey Canada. So unfortunately, we did not get to play any of those games, which was a tough pill to swallow. I know I have tried not to think about it for a long time. It was something that I know I wanted, the boys wanted to, probably just as much, if not more than I did. So it was a tough pill to swallow at first, but you know what, regardless of that, I still would call us champions. We had a really good series. The boys, a really good playoff run. The boys really came together. It was a fun team to be a part of. Everybody clicked when we needed to, and all in all, it was a good year. It was a very progressive year. So I'm very proud of how far we've come. What we did as a group was awesome. So in the record books, it still is going to say that we're champions. So that's something to really be proud of. So we decided to give out 3 awards this year. We're giving out the hardest working, the most sportsmanlike, and our MVP. So I'm going to start off with the hardest working. This kid always came to practice, games, worked his tail off no matter what. He was always a guy that I could kind of count on. One of our Swiss Army knives. I got a few of those on the team, which I was very blessed to have. Could play forward, could play defense. I'm sure if I asked him to play goalie, he probably would. So this award, very likable kid. This one goes to Jamie Van Zettelhoff. Yeah. So then most sportsmanlike. This was another kid, right from the get-go. He was a leader on the team. He showed by example. He never complained about anything. He was always working his butt off as well. And he's one of the kids that I can kind of count on again. Another Swiss Army knife. So this kid could play defense. He could play forward. Whatever I needed, he was there, and he was always willing to take criticism, and always always looking to improve. This one was Lane Van Boekel. Yeah. So our MVP, this one was pretty unanimous by all of us coaching staff. It all had, actually all of these were pretty unanimous by our coaching staff. There's about 5 or 6 names that were out there for each award, and they all could take each award. But this one was really unanimous by us. You could tell when this player wasn't here. He was always working his butt off whenever he was at the rink. He wasn't our leading scorer, but he definitely, when he wasn't there, you noticed. And when he came back, even parents would say, hey, you really missed him. And I agree. At one point in, this will give it away, in Silver Stick, came back and played with a cast and scored 2 goals in the first game he came back. So that just kind of shows how much heart and determination this guy's got. And then when he was back full-time in playoffs, you could just see the team flicked a switch, and we were a completely different team. So this one goes to our captain, Ethan Butler. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to all the players, all the parents, everybody who was involved with the team this year. Being a younger guy, it's really nice that I have a whole team and a whole bunch of parents behind me. It means the world to me, so I really appreciate all of that. I definitely want to say thank you to all of the APs for helping out all year. I was kind of having you guys do double duty, because when you came and played for us, you're definitely playing. So that was nice to have you guys, and I really thank you guys for that. I'd also like to say a big thank you to the third years. So I've seen you guys, I've had you all 3 years of minor hockey, all 3 years of midget minor hockey here, and I've got to see you guys grow as players and as young men, and that was extremely humbling on myself to see you guys evolve throughout the years, and I really want to thank you guys for letting me be a part of that, and I wish you guys all the best in the future.